Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Have an Ultraman review for you today. We'll be taking a look at the Ultra Action figure line. Ultraman Zero, Ultraman Orb, Specium Superion, and Ultraman G'd Primitive. So this is, I don't know if this is going to be like the first entry in a line that's going to continue for a while. I don't know. But it looked pretty neat. They came out at the end of February, right at the end of February. And it was just these three. And basically, they are, from what I can tell, similar to like a gimmick figure from Kamen Rider. So something like the Arms Change series, the Bottle Change Rider series, something like that. And they don't have any accessories or anything. They don't have any gimmick to them. They're just, figures made in that kind of style. So they have the same kind of articulation points. But the nice thing about these is they're fairly cheap. I think they're somewhere in the area of like 2,000 yen, but HLJ with their markdown had them more in the area of like, I want to say 1,200 to 1,500 yen, something like that. Because I kind of remember seeing them like listed some places for like $20 a piece, which I remember kind of thinking was a little high. But then I feel like HLJ had them for like $12 a piece, which I feel like is perfect. So they're somewhere in that window. I know it's kind of a large, broad window, but they're somewhere in that like $10 to $20 region, depending on where you pick them up. But I think they look pretty cool. I mean, like I said, we don't usually get nice articulated figures for Ultraman. You get the vinyls, obviously. They're very big with the vinyls. Every now and then they do like an art. I think I have like an articulated Ginga figure from a while ago that had like pieces you could swap out to make him like Super Ginga or Ginga Ultimate. Gosh, I haven't seen Ginga, so I don't remember what the souped up version of Ginga's called, so I apologize. I've never seen that series, but yeah, these look really neat. So like I said, there's not too much going on with the packaging here. Just kind of shows them off, in these various poses. They're very big about boasting about the posability here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get these out of the packaging, and we'll take a closer look. So here we have them out of the packaging. I would say for a quick size comparison, here is a Power Rangers Ninja Steel figure. So as you can see, they're slightly taller. If I kind of straighten out his legs a little bit, I would say they're pretty much the same size as a Rider gimmick figure. I just don't have one handy to compare it, but I would say they are pretty much the exact same size. The detail, especially on the front, the paint is very nice. I'll get in close so you can check out this face sculpt. You can see the eyes are kind of painted gold. Little green dot of paint there in the center. I kind of wish these came off so he could throw them, or at least wield them in his hand. That would have been a really neat feature, just to have like maybe a little peg system, but that is not the case. The head's on a ball joint. Zero's is kind of limited up and down, but the others are a little bit more, but he can definitely go side to side. Shoulder joint out to the side. You can pretty much go all the way around for him. His shoulder pads are very minuscule, so you can go pretty much all the way around for him. Bicep swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. You have a wrist swivel, as well as the two sets of fingers like you're used to with a Rider figure. Nothing in the waist, but he does have a really high kick out to the side and a kick forward. 90 degrees in the knee, and then you have a ball joint in the ankle. So pretty cool. I like it a lot. I really do. Especially for picking these up for, $15 or less. I think they're nice figures. Very well articulated. Very nicely painted. The silver especially is really nicely done. Now the back is a little plain, but I can understand that. I mean, one, I don't think he has a lot of paint going on his back, even in the show. There might be a little bit here on his back that they neglected just for, like this, probably these should be silver coming down because you can see they kind of start up here and come around. But I can live without that. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't notice it so much that it's a problem. And if it keeps the price of the figure down, I'm pretty happy with that. So, I like Zero a lot. Except for when he's knocking over Orb. Moving on to Orb. I probably would have rather they had done Orb Origin form. But that, who knows, that might come later. I guess maybe they'll see how these sell and go from there. All the same articulation. Like I said, his head moves a little bit more up and down. His arms are definitely hindered more by these shoulder pads. So you can only go so forward and so back. But otherwise, all the same articulation. The little bit of purple is kind of cool, though, I have to say, as far as Specium Superion goes. I kind of would have liked a thigh swivel for these. That is the only thing I can think of that's really missing as far as like a Rider series figure. I feel like they have the wrist, they have the fingers, they have the bicep. The thigh swivel is really the only thing I feel like it's missing. But honestly, it's not so terrible for Ultraman. I don't know. I guess it's not a huge deal. It's kind of funny the way it's assembled. It almost looks like it has it, but it's just the difference in the two pieces here. But yeah, so that's the only thing. Like I said, if I was going to nitpick something about these figures, it would be the absence of a thigh swivel. It's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, the paint looks great. Again, you can see the eyes, and it's kind of hard to see, but the eyes kind of have texture. So he has kind of like bug eyes, which is kind of cool. And I love this bit of like magenta here on his crest. It looks like golf ball eyes. Pretty cool. And I mean, all this paint here in the front just looks fantastic. So I really like that a lot too. And then we have Jeed Primitive. Fantastic. Love this metallic blue for the eyes on Jeed. And there on the kind of jewel on his chest. Again, really nice silver and black paint. He's got all the same articulation as the others. He's got kind of a fuzzball there in his armpit. We'll fix that for you. But yeah, like I said, the only thing missing is the thigh swivel. Otherwise, I think he looks pretty great. Pretty plain from the back, but then again, like I said, I think Jeed is pretty plain from the back just in general. So I really like these. He's got the best, I think. Well, yeah, his head articulation, they're all a little bit, not too much in the up and down, but they're very nice side to side. So I like these a lot. I really do. I think they've done a nice job. Very nicely detailed, very nicely painted. Like I said, the only articulation point that I miss is the thigh swivel, but I can totally live without it. I don't think it's a deal breaker, especially for the price that these are kind of hovering around. I think because they're so much cheaper than a Rider series figure, you can forgive that kind of stuff because the paint's great. Articulation is nice representations of these characters. I don't know if they'll continue this line, if they'll do even older Ultraman. We could see an X. I'd love an X. Maybe we'll see some other forms. Like I said, maybe Orb Origin, maybe Zero Beyond, something like that. Or the many forms of Jeed could be cool. So we'll have to wait and see, but hopefully these sold decently, that we will see more in the future, because I like these a lot. If they kept making these, I might stop buying the vinyl figures, because honestly, I feel like, especially if I take that $5, I mean, I'd still buy the monsters, but if I take the $5 from that and apply it to this, then you're getting these for like under $10, and it's kind of a steal, and I wouldn't need the vinyl and this, because these are much nicer than the vinyl figures, especially as far as articulation goes. So, yeah, these are great. I really have nothing bad to say about these. Like I said, if I had to nitpick, the thigh swivel, it's the only thing that I would think could improve these. Otherwise, they're pretty fantastic. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.